Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Katie. I'm a customer success manager at Checkaso. And thank you so much for joining, whether you are watching it live or you are watching the recording. Today, we have a special webinar. We have a few announcements and a few features that we have updated, and also some new releases, some very frequently requested and anticipated features that we are extremely excited to announce and to show you. And yeah, I think let's get started. Let me know if you can hear me well, if the sound is okay, if the video is okay, so we can dive into everything that we are going to talk about today. Let's see if everything's all right. Okay, I think we're all set, and let's take a look. So I'm going to show my screen right now. And let me know if you can see it. Okay, I think I should be sharing my screen now, right? And let's take a look. So the first thing that I want to talk about is something that you've been waiting for and have been asking us for quite some time, and this is the new metric, installs. So we are proudly introducing you the estimated number of installs that your app will potentially receive from search results for any particular keyword. You can find it in the keywords tracking tool now, and we'll be introducing it in some other tools later on. But anyways, you can take a look and estimate the amount of traffic and installs your app will get. So this is great. And you can see the total number of estimated installs for any selected period of time, which you can choose with this data picker, or you can see the average for every day. You will also see the breakdown of installs by the keywords. So you will see which app will receive more installs potentially based on the popularity of keyword, based on the place of an app in search results. So apparently for a branded keyword com, the app com ranks #1, so it will take the majority of installs, which makes sense. And the runner-up would be Headspace. So you can see this distribution over here. And a little bit later, you'll be able to see the trend of installs. So you'll see whether your app is getting more or less installs in time. You can switch between the keywords like this and compare the keywords one after another and select the ones that you think will bring you most traffic and most installs, which is amazing. Also, you can spy on your competitors. You can switch between them. So this is something that I know you've been asking me and my colleagues for quite some time. So now you get even more metrics alongside with the difficulty metric, alongside with search volume and impressions metric to make a database decision on whether this keyword is worth adding into your metadata. And just like the difficulty metric, the installs metric is calculated individually for every app in each country. This data is practically tailored for your specific app in a region that you are most interested in. Now, let me show you another updated feature that we've took some time to improve. And this is ranking and distribution. By the way, as you have probably noticed, we have updated navigation. So right now on the left, you can see all the tools that we have here, and they are grouped thematically. And now you know exactly where you are on the platform with this green lit up dot that will show you and that will help you navigate and know exactly where you are getting the data from. So let's take a look at the ranking and distribution. So previously this tab was called just ranking, and we have renamed it because now we show you keyword distribution, which allows you to evaluate how well your app is being promoted, or whether it is going up in search results or down. And also we have introduced a new index. I'm sure that you know, or maybe you don't. And let me tell you then that with Checkaso, what we did is we introduced the indices system. So it used to be 4 indices. Each one was like a compass that would give you an idea of whether you are moving in the right direction with a certain aspect of your app promotion. And now we have the new keywords movement index. And this one will show you if your app is getting better at ranking higher in search results. So this index is on a scale from -10 to 10, and it will give you an idea of whether you are moving up or down in search results for the latest 2 weeks. So it gives you a good understanding if your latest iteration worked out. We can see here that with Headspace in the United States, something went a little bit less positive than it was probably expected. And you can see the trend of the keywords movement index below. This one is, as I've said before, for 2 weeks, because 2 weeks is usually the period of time that an iteration takes to get enough data from the updated text version. So you can evaluate if keywords are working out well for you. So probably there were some keywords that started ranking lower, and that's okay. But now you know. And how do you know which keywords dropped in rankings? We'll talk about that, and let's focus on this graph because this will help. So each column here indicates a date, and today's, well, actually, yesterday is the 22nd. And by hovering over this column, you will see exactly how many keywords lead you to the top 5 positions, or to top 6 through 10, or top 11 through 20. So you know how many keywords perform the best, how many keywords lead your app to a lower position, etc., etc. As always, you can choose the time frame that you're interested in. But as I've said before, usually, if you do ASO regularly, 2 weeks or the latest week is the most commonly requested period of time. And if you scroll down lower, you will see this breakdown. You'll be able to dive deep into the keywords themselves. So right over here, you can see how many keywords your app currently ranks for. So for Headspace in the United States, it's a bit over 2,000. And we can see that compared to the previous day, we have 24 more keywords. So there are 24 keywords that the app started ranking for, which it didn't rank for the day before. And you can see this breakdown once again. So it's basically the same breakdown of how many keywords lead you to top 5, top 6 through 10, etc., etc. And you can see if this number is now bigger or lower compared to the day before. Now let's see. There's more detail. If you look over here, so there's new in top and out of the top. So what do these numbers mean? So over here with top 6 through 5, we can see that there are 31 keywords that currently rank your app through positions 6 through 10. But those keywords could have come in from a higher top or a lower top, which would define if it's a good movement in your rankings or not really. And by hovering over this number, you will know exactly if those keywords improved in their rankings or they actually lost positions from a higher top. And if you click on any particular group lower, you will see those keywords. So you can see that there we go, 286 keywords that lead Headspace to positions 6 through 10. You can switch between the tops like this and investigate what those keywords are. If there are quite a few keywords, we can see that there are almost 500 keywords that lead Headspace to top 5 positions in search results. You can apply filters, and you can apply several filters at once if you only want to focus on keywords with a search volume higher than, let's say, 32. And you can also filter those keywords. I'm not filter, but sort those keywords. So you know which keywords perform the best. So there we go. All the keywords with search volume, any search volume. Let's do this. Let's hit apply. So there we go. Popular keywords that rank Headspace number 1 or number 2, we can see right here. Also pay attention to this blue branded icon. You can actually give us a hint if you find a keyword that is actually branded and maybe we haven't noticed, or you want to disagree with us, you can absolutely submit the request and we'll consider it. And what else is worth noticing? If you are optimizing for a country which language you do not speak, we have an inbuilt translator, which will help you understand what the keywords are. And another thing that is great is you can switch between the views. So the default view is the list view. And over here, you will see how the positions changed over the selected period of time. And speaking of positions, we have also updated live search. So if you click on this eye icon over here, right now you will not only see organic search results, but you will see if there is an ad before organic search results, or if there's like a story, if we're talking about App Store in particular, or if there's like an in-app, a promoted in-app. So right now you will get all of that information here in this window. You can also apply filters, so you can filter out the apps and only focus on in-app purchases. And another little detail that we have added to live search results is ASO index. So as I've mentioned before, we do love ourselves an index, and ASO index was the first one that we introduced, and it was an estimate of how well an app page is optimized. You can still find it on our platform next to the title of your app on the dashboard. And now right here, you can see if your competitor is well optimized. Now let's take a look at the other views that I wanted to show you. So the next view is graph, and this one here will help you identify if there's a negative or positive improvement in your app's ranking for a selected keyword. So we can see that there was a drop down. So Headspace lost 1 position and it's now ranking number 2. And there is a positive dynamic here. So for this keyword, Headspace used to rank 6 in search results, and now it's number 3. So this view, and it's color coded. So if it's red, you know that something's wrong. Maybe you need to pay attention. And movement view. So this view over here will only show you the keywords that changed their ranking positions. So over here, you will see new in top 5. So these are all the keywords that entered top 5 by increasing in their positions, and then you will see the dropouts. So you will see how many keywords, for how many keywords you are no longer ranking top 5, which can be alarming, but at least now you know exactly what those keywords are and you can take action. This is our distribution, ranking and distribution tool. Now you get all the possible data on the changes, on the ranking, on the distribution, and this will help you make your iterations more effective than ever and will give you more data than ever to improve every iteration. Also, another thing that I probably should mention is that you can add keywords to the list of tracked keywords from here. So for example, you see that there are some keywords that dropped out from top 5, and probably you want to focus on those in your next iteration, and you can add such keywords to the list of tracked keywords to later add them to your metadata. And speaking of altering and creating metadata, this is actually a perfect segue into the next thing that I wanted to show you. This is our updated text editor. I'm sure that for those of you who are already familiar with the platform, you've probably spent some time with this tool, because this one here helps you get your hands dirty and take a look once again at all the keywords that you decided to track and include them into new versions of your text elements. So let's see what we have here. So right off the bat, you can see how many symbols available are for each text element and how many symbols you are currently using. So for App Store, you will see text fields for the title, for the subtitle, for the keyword section, and full description here. You can create up to 5 templates like this. Each new template will pull up the current version of your text elements from the app page. So what else you can see here? You can see that there's the circling sphere, which is API, your ASO assistant. And what it does is it generates tips and tricks on what you should pay attention to in terms of creating new versions of your metadata. Another thing that we have introduced is highlighting the keywords that you are repeating. So it is a great tool if you want to avoid, and you do want to avoid over spamming, because over spamming, repeating the same keyword over and over again, can actually harm your app's ranking. So now you know exactly if you are repeating the keyword. So we can see that I specifically added the same keyword, meditation, from the title, and I've included it into the keyword section. And you can see that it's highlighted in this orange color, which signifies that once is probably enough. You are already using this keyword and you'll be ranking for this keyword most likely. The next thing that is also important is this counter over here. So this is color coded and it will show you how many keywords from the list of tracked keywords you are using in this current version of your text elements. Each color block identifies with a certain popularity of a keyword, so basically a keyword search volume, and we can see that with this version of text elements that I've created, I only use keywords with search volume from 41 through 60, and there are 3 such keywords. And in this column over here, I can see which ones. So the keywords that I'm using are highlighted in blue. Also, we know about the differences in indexing algorithms on Google Play and App Store. And for App Store, we will highlight the keywords with phrase match. And for Google Play text elements, we will only highlight exact match keywords because this is how the algorithms on App Store work, on those app stores work. So what else we can see in this table? Of course, the search volume, the app's position in search results that it currently has for a selected keyword, the total number of apps showing up in search results currently for a keyword, and of course, live search results, the updated version that I've already told you about, but honestly, I can't get enough. You can see that there's an ad before organic search results, and you can see that there's a promoted in-app, and then you can see the app itself. So it's actually perfect. You don't need to check it on your cell phone or whatever. We provide you with all of those now. And that's not all. We can expand this table, and now you can see if you are already using this keyword in the current version of your text elements. And if you need more ideas for keywords, click on this bulb icon and the platform will pull up the suggestions for the keyword. So if you are looking for more long tail, less popular keywords, there you go. So just like this, you can add more keywords. You can check on all the metrics that matter when it comes to deciding on the keywords for your next text iteration and work with those. What else is worth noting? You can copy and paste. Well, actually, let me copy probably this one. Let's add it to subtitle, and we'll see that, well, that's too many because we have only 30 symbols available here. So the platform will warn you about that, but we definitely have some space here, and we actually do not need to use the space. We can separate the keywords by comma, just like we would on the App Store itself. And we'll see how the number of keywords used changed. And now, let's say we're done with creating a new text element. We can actually see what it looks like, what it will potentially look like when we update the metadata on in the developers platform. Well, actually, let me change this one here. So it's more representative, let's say. So we click preview, and this is the new version, just headspace, just a branded keyword in the title. Probably not the best ASO practice, especially if your app is new. Then you should be interested in using all the symbols available, using the keywords that matter the most to you in your app's title, because this is where the most important keywords go. And the current version of your text ASO on the app page, as well as in search results. So this is our updated text editor that will help you create metadata for the win. There is another exciting piece of news that I have for you. And this one is about the number of countries that we support. We are about to introduce a new database for China. This is another very popular request, and it will be available to you in the beginning of January. With the new database, you'll be able to do everything you are currently doing with the 42 countries that we support at the moment. You'll get all the metrics for the keywords in China, starting with rank to search volume to impressions to the difficulty metrics, so you know exactly how difficult or easy, for that matter, it will be for your app to grow on the new market, which is China. Well, if it's new for you, or if you are already expanded to that market, you'll have the opportunity to track your growth and grow your app even bigger. So that is great. Stay tuned. I'm telling you now that it's coming in the beginning of January, but we'll make sure that you will have no chance to miss it once it is actually released. So we are very excited about that, and I'm pretty sure that you're excited too. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have now about any of the new features. Let me quickly go through them. So now we have the number of installs that your app can expect from search results for any particular keyword. We have the new ranking and distribution tool with the new keywords movement index, which will give you a perfect understanding of where your app is moving in terms of rankings in search results, and the new text editor, which is a perfect tool for creating winning text elements. Any questions that you might have about the current features, the upcoming features, App Store optimization in general, please address them in the chat, and we'll do our best to give you the answer. We'll give you just 5 more seconds to come up with a perfect question. Probably no questions so far, but if you ever do have questions, please feel free to schedule a demo where I or my colleagues will be happy to walk you through all the features of our platform, to give you advice, or ask us in the live chat below. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for clicking the play button on the YouTube. Subscribe to our channels. We have more than just webinars on the new features. We have educational content. We have some fun content as well, which is also educational. So it's a perfect match. So subscribe, comment. We'll be happy to answer your questions in the comments in the comment section on YouTube. And the holidays are coming very soon. I hope you have a great time, and I hope that I'll see you all next year after the holidays. So thank you so much once again, and have a lovely evening. I think we have a question now. I probably spoke too soon, but let's answer the question. Just a quick moment for me to get the question. Okay. I think we have a question now. I'm sorry about that. So the question, okay, we do not have a question. I'm sorry about that. Probably there was, but now it's gone. If you do ever change your mind and you decide that you do want to ask us a question, please schedule a demo or address us in the live chat. We're waiting for your questions. We're here to help you with your app promotion and your app store optimization. This is why we're here. So once again, thank you so much for your time. Happy holidays. It was a pleasure to give you a tour of our new features. Bye-bye.